All right, welcome to the NCAA 14 rebuild of the University of South Florida. We are going to do the Bulls rebuild. I looked through a lot of the teams, and despite being three-star prestige, they're actually only a 79 overall. So we're going to go ahead and rebuild this team and turn it into a dynasty. That is the goal. And then I will do kind of a little bit of a surprise after at least one or two seasons with it as well. But I just wanted to do this in preparation for the new NCAA game that's going to be coming out probably middle of this year. So we're going to go ahead and rebuild this team as the head coach. And as you can see in the years following up to 2013, not great. They had a little bit of a good stretch, for their standards, I suppose. But last 2 years, not good. They needed to do something different. They went out and they hired head coach Damon Plug as a complete stretch. They just know that he likes the NFL, and they said, screw it, we've got nothing to lose. So we're going to go ahead and sign this contract and get into this rebuild. All right, so we went ahead and bought 15 tiers of this tree. Now, the reason I made it 15 is because I wanted to get all the way up to kitchen sink. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how the scouting in this game works, you'll see it in just a little bit, and I'll do my best to explain it then. But getting kitchen sink early helps me compete with teams with good prospects. And the reason I'm going up to level 15 already is because I know that I want to get these better prospects on the team early so I can do the kind of special surprise, if you will, after maybe two seasons. So we're going to get kitchen sink. We've got these other tiers. I'm not even going to touch the game ones until we max out this tree. And then our coordinators actually came with 7 upgrades already. So we're going to have +6 injury and 50% on offense for stamina. Our QB will be a little bit more accurate and stronger. And then on the defensive side of thing, our players will have better power and finesse and zone coverage. So we're going to save those changes. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So automatically, we have some red shirt players that we can do. And USF looks like they have a lot of redshirt opportunities. Redshirting just means that they get an extra year of eligibility, but they can't play in a game for the season that you redshirt them. In real life, I believe it's 4 games that they're allowed to play in the game. They're not allowed to touch the field. So we have a pretty decent scrambler QB in Gary Bohannon. These should be real players, by the way, too. I updated the rosters. These should be actual college players, either right now or college players from a year or two ago. So Gary Bohannon is definitely going to be our starter. And then I think what we'll go ahead and do is we'll redshirt Brown, since he's going to be the 4th stringer for right now. And honestly, if Jordan Smith gets the opportunity, we're going to play him over Marsh. I'm not going to redshirt 2 QBs because I want 3 on the roster, just in case something crazy happens. For running backs, what do we want to do? None of them are very fast. We do have a senior. We have 2 juniors. I really don't need 3 or 4 running backs. I'm going to go ahead and redshirt Michael Dukes Jr. Wide receivers, we have quite a bit. Definitely want to redshirt this freshman and probably this sophomore. Do we want to do another one here? Is his name actually a Joe? I don't know. That's intriguing. Do we redshirt him is the question. I'm actually maybe more tempted to redshirt Omarion Dollison and then put the senior Latrell Williams in his spot. I'm going to go ahead and redshirt them both. We have 4 redshirted wide receivers. Tight ends. Greenwald will actually be pretty good for us at some point, so we'll go ahead and redshirt him. Definitely don't want to start or redshirt our starting tackle, and he's the only one that I even can do that for. Over on this side of things, I think we will go ahead and redshirt the junior Jason Vaughn. On the right end, maybe definitely do one of these guys. Do I do Kelly? He is a freshman. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do Kelly. On DT, going to redshirt these two, the sophomores. We have no left outside linebacker, which is intriguing. This freshman will get redshirted, as well as this one. And we'll leave that untouched. At cornerback, we have a pretty solid freshman in Amarius Brown. Is the drop-off if I redshirt him that big? Because he actually is a 79 freshman. He could legitimately be insane for us down the road. I am going to redshirt him. We have enough corners, and yeah, it is a bit of a drop-off, but I think it's worth it. Free safety, Ray Thornton, do we want to do it too? Probably. He's a sophomore, but I still think it's worth it. Definitely going to do our fifth string at strong safety, and we will even do a junior. Kicker, punter. Everything should be good right now. Okay, so that's going to be our red shirts. I'll do the depth chart at a separate time. Let's go ahead and get to the recruiting board. So all these are going to be auto-generated. We are going to go ahead and scout them, and actually I will get back in just a second. All right, so we filled out our board. We have 35 players. Of course, the one I'm most excited to see off the rip is the 5-star that's interested in us. Now, Florida, if they like him, have a bigger bonus than us, and it will be very difficult to get this guy. But hopefully they don't like him. He is a true 80 overall. He will be an elite wide receiver if we can get him. He's 5-star from Hollywood, Florida. He's going to be insane. This running back, we might be interested in. Now you can get gems in this. I'm just going to go ahead and go down the list and just scout pretty much everyone. We only can scout so many in the first week. See, like a tight end here, we will stay on because we're projected to get him if no one else wants him that bad. However, long term, we might pull out of that race. We're just going down the board. We don't see any gems yet, which is, I wouldn't say unfortunate quite yet, but eventually very well could be. This center is not good. It's very bad. Well, 65 isn't terrible. It's just compared to his expectations, he's bad. We're going to leave him there because he still could be good if we don't have to really invest too much to get him. We do get our first gem on the board, and Barry Harris. He's a +5 to a 75 overall. And, you know, that's kind of what we're looking for, as many gems as possible. This running back's very close to a gem. He is only 68, however, has 94 speed. And at running back, that is terrific. So you can see by position, we did look at 5 halfbacks to add to our board. And which one was it? Justin. It's not how you would spell Weber, but I'm going to not call him Weber. He's probably the one that we are absolutely most interested in. Old Dominion does have a pretty big bonus week in and week out. And as we get more into the season, you'll see how the scouting works. For now, that's going to be that. I am going to sort the depth chart on my own, I think. I guess I can go ahead and do the custom schedule. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty the game will allow. And to start the season, our strength of schedule, or to start the rebuild or Dynasty, our strength of schedule is really bad. I'm going to... We do want a pretty decent game to start out. I'm going to make this an open week. So I can come down here and hopefully make one of these games. We could play #1 Georgia if we wanted. I don't know about that. Do we play any ranked team? I do want to play at least 2 ranked teams. That's the thing. So I guess I will play a ranked team, or at least projected to be ranked. Do we do Notre Dame? I can't remember how good they are, but it could be fun. We'll go ahead and do that. It's a questionable decision for sure. And then, do we want to take away the Miami game or the Florida? Now, Florida Atlantic is a rivalry game. Miami isn't. So I guess we'll make this. Actually, we can look and see if there's a better opponent this week, actually. Oklahoma, I know, is good. Tar Heels are always really good. TCU might be more manageable. Tulane is not good, and they're a ranked team projected. We're going to play TCU, I think. Our strength of schedule still is only a C. I would rather it be a little bit better, but this is kind of a rebuild year anyways. Do I want to see? I mean, this would be the game to change if we really wanted to make, like, what happens if we play like a really good team? It does go all the way up to a B. What about Alabama? Still only B. I don't even know if I can find the team that I just took it off of. So we might actually end up playing a pretty decent team. I could do James Madison. That makes it a B minus. I can't remember. Was that? James Madison's a lot better than the other team, I guess. James Madison's the one that I did a rebuild of on my own time. Should I actually do that as the opener? That'd be pretty funny. What about Kentucky? I'm pretty sure Kentucky's not bad. So the FCS teams are really trash, huh? Am I spending too much time worrying about this? Probably. I want an easy game for the opener, though. That's the thing. I like to get off to a good start and see if maybe we can just carry that momentum. Yeah, we're gonna do James Madison, dude. I think that's cool. Since I'm pretty connected to that team and I'm still playing that one on my own time, we're gonna do James Madison. And all of a sudden, this should be pretty good. Which one did I change down here? I changed it to Notre Dame. I think that's probably the best one to do. So that's gonna be our schedule. I'm gonna go ahead and mess with the depth chart, and then I will get back to you probably as soon as the next week starts. All right, so we are here in week 1. So we will end up playing James Madison this week. We have some recruiting to do first, and we can actually take a look at the rest of the guys that we have scouted. So I'm going to scout everyone. I'm going to sort it by who I have the biggest lead of. We can go over here. Most of these guys should be the ones that I've already scouted. Just going to go down the list until we find ones that we haven't. All right, looks like we found it. So Trey Ruffin, maybe not someone we want to focus on. We'll find out sooner. Tim Dunbar is an interesting one. We've already scouted Mark Johnson, of course, and this guard. Now, Clayton Kent, you would have to be really good, and he is. He's +6, which I'm surprised doesn't make him a gem. But that's a lot better than expectations for him were. So that could be someone we definitely focus on. He's very slow. Still someone we could consider getting. Travis Allen with 85 speed at middle linebackers. Definitely someone we're probably going to want to get if we can, of course. Just going to keep scouting everyone we haven't. This is the gem, right? Oh, this is the broken gem. Isaiah Brown, another +6. So we're finding some really good ones down the board. He is really slow. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about him. Give me 1 second. All right, so here we are. I went ahead and just did all the scouting. I apologize for the break, but I decided to go ahead and eat. My food was ready. And excuse me. I ate and went ahead and scouted. So we have some absolute studs on the board. This is a cornerback who is a +5 gem and 96 speed. So we're going to play as many points as we can into him. We have a 325 bonus, which is pretty good too. Definitely want to get him. We really want Mark Johnson, the wide receiver. He's 93 speed and 80 overall, and we're your second in the line for him. I also gave 350 to the gem, that is Barry Harris. 74 overall, Kevin McLaughlin, excuse me. I went ahead and put 500 into. I'm trying to spread out these points pretty evenly. We did scout some more players that I didn't originally do that were just really fast, and I'll get to those in a second. Travis Allen, I really want. I put 600 into him. If we can get an 85 speed middle linebacker, that will be super good for the Dynasty. Justin Weber, and of course, another running back that we really, really want. We're putting 500. I think that will be enough. We're only going to put 100 into this tight end, Brian Brown, uh, just to see if we can snag him without putting too much in. Clayton Kent is a +6 overall DT. He should be pretty good for us if we can get him. We're putting 450. Sean Lamb is a defensive end. I know 250 might be a bit much. Do I want to move those funds is the question. The problem is if we can get him, he's the most interested in our team than anybody else. We're not going to put anyone into Madsen. This free safety is really good, but pretty slow. So we're going to leave that for now. Brandon Herron is a JUCO, which means he is a junior college transfer. So he'll only have 2 years to play for us. We put some into this guard down here. I could consider putting some into Eric Davis. I'm trying to see, is there anyone else? Okay, so this is the #1 ranked prospect. I just wanted to see him. I'm not going to put any points into him because I'm pretty sure he's just impossible for me to get. But he is an athlete with 98 speed. That is actually absurd. He's a fantastic wide receiver and can play running back too. He even has some coverage stats. He is an absolute menace. If anybody can get him, he has 98 speed, and then there is a 95 speed running back who is highly touted. I wish I could get him. I just don't think it's possible. We're going to keep him on the board just in case, but he's 95 speed at running back, which is insane. Now, we did put 700 also into Rick Williams. He is the 31st ranked prospect. Doesn't seem like there's a bunch of teams on him. The reason I want him so bad is because he has 93 speed, 80 throw power, 79 accuracy. He will be our Dynasty QB if we can pull this off. He's a 4-star athlete, and he's the one I want the most. So we have that all figured out. I am pretty much ready to play against James Madison. I'm going to go ahead and tune you in when I get into the game. All right, so we are loaded into the game. We are actually slightly better than James Madison. So that's pretty good. Our running back is our best overall player. We have a wide receiver that's an 84, although I'm pretty sure he's really slow. Now, Todd Santiago and Thornton and Ukwu are all players I'm so familiar with because I already did a rebuild with that team. They actually have a defensive end named Kamara, and that dude is a menace. They're going to win the coin toss. Probably will kick it if I had to guess. That they do, and we are ready for kickoff. This is going to be the first gameplay of NCAA 14 that I will upload. I'm probably not going to play every game in the first year because, well, I kind of want to lose games, A, and then B, I don't know if I want to play that much in the first season because none of these guys are really going to have that much meaning to my heart. We do have Bohannon, who's actually a really good QB, and Beatty, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Beatty, but it is spelled Batty. He is our running back. Probably going to rely a lot on him. This is a new playbook. I'm very used to James Madison's playbook, I think. And this is going to be a new playbook for me. I'm very excited to use it. Okay, that dude just didn't block anyone. However, Beatty gets 10 yards. I'm going to look that up after this game, so I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm going to call him Beatty until I'm proven wrong. This seems like the right move. Now, part of me is unfamiliar with this playbook and a lot of these plays, so I don't really want to use it. But maybe that'll make it more difficult, because I don't really have go-tos for when I'm struggling. We're going to scramble with Bohannon, and we have daylight. I'm going to go ahead and slide. Do not want to take a hit with him. Now the thing is, because this is the start of the playlist, or this is the start of the series, I should say, these videos will probably, this one will probably be a lot longer than the other ones. 5 minutes in college football for this game, at least, a lot of time. Like, I upped it on my James Madison rebuild. However, in this one, I'm not going to do that because the clock is already kind of a lot, because the time stops after every first down. That time, I don't know how to pronounce that first name, but Brown gets the reception, and that is the first completed pass for Bohannon, at least that we have been in control of. Weaver is our star offensive player. He's running a post. I almost lobbed it. Glad I didn't. We're going to throw it across the middle, and Manningham catches it, or Mangham catches it, and that was one heck of a throw. Bohannon will be a good QB. That's just the way it is, and I'm fine with that. It's not going to be insane. I'm definitely used to better, as I have like a 95 overall team in my only other rebuild. But he will be very serviceable for these 2 years. I think this is a fullback dive. So we pick it up with Jason Littlejohn. All right, LJ. LJ is what we will call him. I don't know if I like this playbook. There's a lot of runs, and I'm kind of a pass-first guy in this game. In Madden, I'm a very run-heavy player. It's very hard to throw picks when you run it, you know? But in this game, I kind of prefer pass. I don't know quite what it is. Guys, we're going to run whatever this is, and we get instantly pressured. We can't scramble out of it, and we're going to take an 11-yard sack. It's 3rd and 21. Torres Jones, that is like my favorite defensive player I've ever used in any game, and he was like an absolute stud for me when I played with James Madison. And I don't know if you see it, but I see it. Carter right across the middle. Chris Carter. That is like the name of a very good wide receiver in NFL history, no? I want to say Vikings Chris Carter? That sounds accurate. But he gets the reception for the first touchdown of the series and the first one of the season. Gary threw a perfect pass, got it in there. I don't know what they were covering, but it wasn't him. So if you're going to leave our boys open, we're going to make you pay. This actually is probably a game I will win, just because James Madison isn't a good team, which is cool. But at the same time, I do want to lose games, which is ironic. You're not really supposed to want to lose games, but in my James Madison rebuild, I played it on the second highest difficulty instead of the hardest, and it was way too easy. It was like a breeze. Percy gets a nice run there. I hated him when I had to use him in my other Dynasty, because he's not fast. Now, he has the coolest name you'll ever see. It is Percy a Gay Obese. I'm so glad I get to actually say that in this Dynasty rebuild, because I'm just saying his name. I'm not saying anything else. It's just a gay abuse with the football. And we're going to go cover the running back. And he drops the pass. That is why I wanted to play that team to start, because we can get away with stuff like that. When you play these ranked teams, Clemson, Alabama, Penn State, Florida, FSU, you can't. They will absolutely punish you for mistakes like that. We are going to absolutely kill Percy that time, as Todd completes his first pass. However, now it's 4th down. There is only 1 minute left in the first. And I'm thinking it's about a 5-minute quarter, actually. In game time, it might be a little bit longer, closer to 6. We're going to let that bounce in the end zone.
This punt bounces into the end zone, and this will be a touchback.
I kind of want to make this a statement game, you know. you know, show the country, hey, Bohannon, he knows how to win football games. He can lead this team. But at the same time, I don't know if we can. But if we get blocking like that, we can. As Beatty is off to the races, 31-yard rush by Brian. He is the BB. Not very big, but pretty quick. Just like a BB pellet.
First and 10. Let's see if they can build
Pellet.
off that great run.
Don't question me. Here we go. Running it up the middle again. Gonna cut it to the outside. Ooh, he breaks the tackle. He's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. He's surprising me. He's averaging almost 10 yards a carry. That would be good. We're gonna switch to a pass here. And I think we will go ahead and call it right before the end of the quarter, as it will be a first down to Chris Carter, our tight end. And turns up the field for a few yards. Now, because this game is so old, a lot of the gameplay is very different from what I'm used to on Madden. And it takes some getting used to, but it's not necessarily bad. Some of it definitely is, but I wouldn't say like all of it is. As Bohannon misses his first pass, he is not the most accurate. We know that. But that is okay. He is pretty good at scrambling. Now, if I switch to deep pass here, we have press wide receivers, and they don't really have good corners, so we might be able to actually get someone open as Weaver, our star wide receiver, Xavier Weaver, beats the press, finds the gap in the zones, and gets a nice 30-plus yard touchdown. And I mean, we're kind of cooking. I'm thinking about messing with the sliders to make it more difficult too. The last thing I want to do is dominate every game. However, I'm probably going to hold off on that until I play a good team. Notre Dame, I think, is like week 4 or 5. I'll probably hold off until that game just to see what it's like playing an actually good team. And if it's still, I would say, easy, or if we can confidently pull off an upset, then I will absolutely change it. But until then, I don't want to jump the gun. Because next thing you know, I'll play a good team and then get blown out 70 to, 12 or something. Dwayne Bowles has been pretty good at tackling here as he gets another tackle for loss. And Dreyer and Bowles are our star linebackers. They're in 5 wide. Trying to cover too much, we can't. However, only a 2-yard reception to Devin Ravenel, another wide receiver that I am very familiar with. It's actually kind of cool seeing all these names that I've actually played with. We're going to pass commit here. Todd was actually a really good QB. As well to start out a dynasty with, trying to build upon it. Thornton was a fantastic wide receiver as well. However, they are in another 4th down, and they're going to go ahead and punt this one. 4th and 1 in this territory. I understand why they're doing it. Don't know if it's necessarily the best thing they should do. But we are going to return this, cut it to the left. Can we outspeed? Williams does. His 93 try to spin, can't, but gets a good return nonetheless. I will probably end up chewing clock later on. I might even lower the quarters to like 4 minutes, just because it feels like it takes so long to get through these games. And we plant our feet. Williams down the field with a 26-yard reception. And this game's going very much our way, as we're going to run power O to the left side. USF really isn't a great team despite being 3-star prestige, which is interesting. But they're not terrible. Of course, Jones gets a tackle for loss again, as he already has a sack. I mean, he was a menace when I used him. I love that man. We're going to run 4 verts. I see one wide open, but if we just give it time, we get another touchdown to Chris Carter. And, I mean, Gary only completed 7 passes so far, but has 147 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. That is what I call quality over quantity. And I think we will start chewing clock when we get the ball next. I would like to get really good stats for this first game. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's not like any of these guys are going to go to the NFL. Maybe one of them, two of them could.
He's taken down at the 19.
Probably not going to happen. Just being realistic, you know. Our best player is, I believe, our running back, right? He's like an 85. And Madden, that's really good. And NCAA 85 is just meh. Most of these guys will probably go on to be accountants. Maybe even some lawyers. Actually, they're going to USF. That's... Man, do I want to piss every person that gets off to USF by saying he's probably not going to get a quality job like that. Look, I'm not saying that you're not a genius if you get a USF, but you know, it's not Harvard either. Yep, I switched on, and you can't do that in this game. They will just straight up not animate, and he gets a huge pass to Thornton. Yeah, I'm glad I'm off the subject of careers if you go to USF. Look, I'm just saying they're not going to the NFL, okay? That's all I'm saying. As Percy running right up the middle, pretty dominant. I think his overall is actually really good. I just didn't like his speed. He was really slow.
This is their third first down. They're doing
just
about anything they want, and they're really starting to wear
hopefully
the
we
psyche
can
of this
stop them. We don't want to give up a touchdown here right before half. But their blocking is phenomenal as they get another 10-yard run. It's 2nd and inches. How do we want to go about this? I can tell you right now, if you run man coverage in this game without having fantastic corners, you will get killed. I'm going to go ahead and run commit up the middle. I'm going to do it. And we do. I don't know what anyone was doing. That's an easy touchdown for them. And, I mean, fair enough, I suppose. I'm going to... Do I choose block before half? We're only up by 2 touchdowns, and I gotta make sure I have enough time to, gotta have enough time to score, but I think 2 minutes is probably plenty, even with block. So we're gonna go to Williams here. Gonna go ahead and return it up the side. Ooh, he fumbles, and they pick it up! Oh my goodness. Was it Brant Austin that recovered it? Oh my goodness. He fumbles there. And all of a sudden, this is actually kind of a game. It didn't seem like it would be at first. But they are right back in it after that fumble recovery. So they're going to throw it to their running back, Percy, a gay obese. I should probably take the opportunity to say that every single time if I can.
From the 32-yard line, it's 2nd down.
And I mean, Grier here. I don't know what the game plan is. I'm going to be honest. They're trying to cover too much. They run slants, and they get another first down. Reggie Brown, another player. I mean, I'm familiar with their whole roster pretty much. I don't want to just sound like a broken record and keep saying, "Oh, I'm familiar with him." But I believe it's Drew Painter, the tight end, as well. He can run through somebody. I will tell you that much. As he actually gets the ball this time, and like I said, he can run through people. 12-yard reception for him. And they're about to score with plenty of time if we don't get a stop. We have a point.
It's 1st down.
Maybe French. We're going to run with the safety up the gap, and Todd just runs through him. We do get the tackle, but gets a yard nonetheless. Could have been an easy tackle for loss. But we just can't seem to do it. We're going to run cover 3. I can't switch. And, Drew Painter with another reception. Takes a hit, though. He is okay. He gets up. We're going to go back to Robinson. It's 3rd and 3. This is a big down. Oh, gosh. He's running. And we can't get to him in time. We're not fast enough. And Todd Centeo with the rushing touchdown. Good job on him. And all of a sudden, it is a 1-score game. We have 30 seconds. We are going to try and bomb it to get this touchdown. I don't know if Gary has that kind of arm strength. Probably doesn't, to be honest. But, only one way to tell, I suppose. As we do return it again with Williams. I'm going to trust him not to fumble again. I'm going to be honest. I think that was maybe a fluke.
One
hope
team
it was a
scores a
fluke.
touchdown, the other
We're
team
gonna
comes
run.
right back and puts another touchdown on
We're
the
gonna run
board.
full
This is
courts.
getting exciting.
Maybe put Williams on a slant here.
7 points.
Give him an opportunity to make up
He's
what
gonna
he
try
did
and
to
scramble.
us. I don't see anyone, and I throw it while getting hit, and it is intercepted. Oh no, it is crashing down. A 21-point lead, back-to-back
He
turnovers,
seemed a little
and
hesitant
all of a
on that
sudden,
throw.
I don't think
That
they'll get
left
the
the defender
touchdown,
time to break
but
on
all
the
of a
ball
sudden
and
they
pick
might
it
be in
off.
field goal range and able
1st and 10. Ball on the 33.
to get a field goal. I mean, what a universal collapse right before half. We're trying to cover everything, and no one's there to cover Devin as he gets a 14-yarder. Gets out of bounds too. All of a sudden, they might be able to get a touchdown. You never know.
Most times, you don't need much more than that.
Briar in the flat.
They'll spread the
Boyles
field
might be
with
the
5 wide.
stud we need. The man we need in order to get this stop. They're not going to run it. They are going to throw it.
Zips it to the
It's a check down. I don't think they're going to get the touchdown, as I think they have to go for a field goal
I think
here.
the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his
You do hold him to
receivers
3.
get downfield a little bit before he throws
And
it.
hold on, don't count their points yet. Hold on. They have to make the field goal. They are kickers in college, after all. And he drilled it. He made me eat my words. I'm sorry. Yeah, this one is pretty dicey. James Madison not making it easy. And now I am starting to think, well, what if we do play an elite team? I think we're screwed. As Williams, oh, I thought I might have had the gap there in between my blockers. Couldn't get it.
Well, we've got a
they get ball, I
here,
believe.
and at the end of the first half, the Bulls
they do, yeah. Only halftime. It's taken me about 18 minutes to get into this game.
Plenty of distance.
So we're looking at about 40-minute games. If I don't shoot clock. Yeah, that might be just too much. I might turn it down. Because I don't want, like, super
There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any
But at the same time, I mean, 14 to 21 is a pretty realistic score at the end of the first half. Actually, in college, that might even be low. So, we'll see. We'll just play it by ear. Percy, however, is going to get a 2-yard run. Good stop by the defense. We're going to need another stop here if we want to stay in the driver's seat. And Todd's going to hold on to it. I can't get anyone to go to him. And he just kills my safety. And they have 81 rushing yards. They're doing pretty solid. Todd is a big man. Will not go down. I think Yates is my faster DT. We're going to put him on a QB spy. I don't want to see them running it with their QB anymore. As Cheney gets off the block. However, gets put in the dirt by Percy, a gay obese. And I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do here. We have to put the foot on their neck to prevent them from converting these first downs. They're going to get a curl route, and Reggie Brown's going to get hit, hold on, get a first. Todd is performing a master class at QB right now. He has a rushing touchdown, as well as 100 yards and only 1 incompletion. Oh, I switched on. What was I doing? Williams actually still does animate finally. I get something like that. I gotta let the computer do that. I'm telling you, it works better every time.
Second down, 10 yards to go.
We're gonna switch
Ball on the 50-yard line.
cover 3. Maybe I should switch it up. It's just what I'm most comfortable running. I know how to play my zones adequately when I play cover 3. And the QB gets hit there. Back-to-back incompletions. Make it 3rd down. What do we want to do here? Do we run man? I know how this ends if I run man. I'm not doing it on 3rd down. I know how it goes. We're going to be Boyles, cover the zone that we need to. They're going to run it. We're going to get there. Percy is stopped for a 1-yard gain. We are still in the driver's seat. Of course, can't afford another turnover. That would be critical.
He'll try to change the field position and especially not get it to the end zone.
It's a fake? I've never seen this. Their punter throws a dime. I missed the tackle. No way. No way that just happened. I have never seen a fake punt. And I've played like 4 seasons.
1st and 10.
Ball
on the 37.
My other rebuild. Wow. Okay. I miss a
And he's
big
taken
hit.
down around the
Percy gets 2
35-yard
yards.
line.
Dude, that's insane. I've never seen that. And of course, it was by my former team.
And this is the 10th
That's pretty
play of the
funny.
drive.
Actually, it's not funny because now they have a first and they're driving.
With 5
I need to put a stop to it, but they're just kind of dominating. Well, he can't hold on to the passes. He gets lit up. But I can't believe our flat defender was there to cover it anyways. We're 1 for 4 on third, so if we can get him to third, it seems like we're doing pretty good. And we got to do it again. I'm going to cover this. Boyle's going to big hit Percy. They do get in field goal range, I believe. And you know, this time I'm going to do safe zone, as I don't want them to fake a field goal after the punt. This is a 48 yarder.
Up and it's long enough, and
48 yarder.
Yeah,
and he somehow makes it. I've used that kicker, bro. He should not be able to make that. I'm going to be honest.
Right between the goalposts.
21-20.
Is a 1-point game.
He really got a hold of
Oh boy, this is going sideways, I gotta say.
He's to the 20.
They've gotten 20 unanswered points after we got off to a 21-0 start.
Both sides have made their way back out, and we're just about set to get going again.
And
South Florida is up 1.
Here it is. A run to the right. Beatty makes a little shifty move to get a 4-yard run. Maybe we need to run it a lot because he's got a good average.
It's 2nd and 6.
And we kind of want to chew this clock as much as possible. I was going to run option. They're a little bit too prepared, it looks like. I'm going to switch it to a deep pass. If you press my wide receivers, I'm going to give them the opportunity to burn you. And even though they didn't really press Weaver, Xavier Weaver, our star wide receiver, gets a huge touchdown. Puts us at 217 passing yards. Gary, despite his one hit, has done beautiful today.
He makes the PAT.
And that is a massive touchdown for us. We are out by 8, so it's still 1 possession. They could come back into this game just as easily as we're trying to get away from it.
Sends it sailing downfield.
And the kick
to the 20. Brought down at the 22-yard line.
We hit Devin, but hold on. Wow. All right. What a play from our star wide receiver.
Deficit can be easily overcome.
Sure. I mean, really, if we want to win games, we have to capitalize on moments like that. Gary threw a perfect pass. It's what we like to see. Ooh, Hill. Can I cover? Oh, wow. He just has too much time.
The pass was a little bit
and he gets the ball off. Thornton finds the soft spot. We got no pressure. We got absolutely no pressure there. We are trying to recruit DNs, man. We need help on this team. It is far from a good team. It's not terrible, like I said. There are some bright spots, but frankly, it's just not enough. We do get a sack. It really wasn't pressure that caused it. It's Todd running into him as Jatorian
as we saw right there.
He does spin off. He does okay. But, I mean, really, Todd ran into him more than anything. So Centeo's got to be a little bit better than that. We're going to move our linebacker to the left. Stay on with Breyer. Watch out for a screen. Watch both of those curls, and Todd gets killed. Oh, my goodness, he got hit. Hansford said, you know what? I'm tired of not getting sacks. I'm getting back-to-back sacks. That is what I'm talking about, dude. We are going to run QB spy, and we're going to use... I accidentally switched to the deep zone. Yep, I saw it. Somehow they catch it. Getting hit, but it is 4th. Now the clock is going to tick. I'm actually so terrified that they're about to call another fake. Can I do a safe punt? Is that an option?
Well, the third quarter's in the books, and you have
8-point game.
Either defense
it's 4th and 5. They're just going to actually go for it. Now that it is the 4th quarter, they said we don't want to mess around. Limited time on the clock. We're going for it. Got to cover slants. It's so hard in this game, dude. I'm telling you. And we can't get the tackle. Williams finally brings him down. Chris Thornton. He was a stud for me when I used that team, and he is showing.
Welcome back to the action here as we resume play here in quarter number 4.
5 wide again.
5-wide set.
Switch to Yates, QB spy him, go back to Breyer. I don't want to see them run. We got multiple. I tried to cover the over route. He throws it to the under. Still gets 5 yards though. Man.
From the
Dude, we got him to 4th down twice, and we
5 guys will be out in the
can't force a
pattern as they're in
punt.
the shotgun.
Can't get a stop, and now they are potentially going to score again. I read it perfectly.
The 19-yard line.
Good job by our defensive end to get the running back so I can take care of Todd Centeo. And he's not doing a good job on the run.
And this is the 8th play of the drive.
But he is on the passing. Put Boyles all the way over there. Go back to Grier. They run a screen, and the computer's a little broken. If it thinks the screen's going to be covered, it doesn't even give it a chance to develop. It just sends it out of bounds. I've noticed that
Well, folks, 4th
quite a
down
bit.
again, and it looks
And
like
I'll take
they're
it.
gonna go for it again.
Yeah, they're 2 for 2 on 4th down. We have got to get... Gotta stop here. Oh, there's so much to do. And that might have been my fault. Probably was. But I was just so worried about the other curl route, and I thought that guy was going to the deep safety. We're going to use the safety now. Pinch the line. Maybe that'll help stop the run a little bit. Oh, if we get stopped into a block, so Percy just free ran around the edge. All of a sudden, they could tie it. I would obviously hate that a lot. This is not a good team, dude. I thought maybe I would have to... Oh no! No one covers the QB! What are you doing? Oh my goodness. They tie the game. They tie the game. Oh my goodness. A fumble on the kick return just turned into a cascade of failures for us. We're going to take it to the outside. Back juke. There's a flag. Could be clipping. Indeed it is. We're going to lose a lot of the yards that we just got. We're going to be at our own 11.
Clipping is the call, and now they'll have to find a way to make
good chance we lose this game. It has been a good
this
game to start the series, which is cool. I like that. Better than just an absolute domination like it looked like it could be. But at the same time, I would like a win. Xavier Weaver gets 8 yards there. I am going to try and win all these games. Some will probably be harder than others. But we are going to try. We're going to run a screen here. It's wide open. Beatty gets a nice 8-yard reception, gets the first. I'm actually going to chew clock. We are going to try and take up these 3 minutes off the clock. And hopefully just get in field goal range. And maybe just kick a field goal to win. Maybe score a touchdown, who knows. The less time they have, the better though. That's all I know. And 2.5 minutes is more than enough time for us to get a touchdown.
From their own 29-yard line.
For them, it could be bad if we can properly manage. I'm gonna just go ahead and snap the play, throw it to our tight end, Chris Carter. He has been dominant for us. He's been a fantastic player. 4 receptions, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We might have found our stud of the first season. I don't know if he's a senior or not. Hopefully we get him for more years. I don't know why I'm running 4 verts, but it works. Beatty gets a 10-yard reception on the dot, gets the first. We're chewing time, but we're actually doing pretty good. Should we run it? Maybe we should run a
first down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 49-yard line.
I don't know if this will work. I guess we'll have to find out as Mayhem gets stopped immediately. I'm going to turn off shoe clock. We only have a minute now. And on 2nd and 14, that is not good. We'll run 4 verts. Go to the line. We have 3 timeouts. And the first down stopped the clock temporarily. So I'm not really worried about not having enough time. Maybe I should be. Bohannon's going to scramble. Breaks a tackle. Gets hit though. I'm going to call 3. Timeout at 30 seconds rather. And we got to do something here. We got to do something. I don't really like
Third down, and
anything
they
I
need to get it
see.
down to the 39.
It's kind of boring just calling for verts and hoping someone gets open, but that's kind of what we're down to. Our team really isn't good enough to do much else. And we find a man deep. Horn Jr. gets a huge first down. Jimmy Horn, his first reception of the game. The most important one of the game, probably.
We're at play number 9.
He gets the ball to their 5-yard line, finds a gap in the zones. I'm going to run it now. We're going to give Beatty a chance. I get it 15. Tried to cut it back. It really didn't want me to. 10 seconds, that's when we call timeout.
That's their second of the half.
I think we'll run like sticks if it gives us an option. It does.
Second down and goal.
Good audible to a run if they don't really line up. They have a little too many people on the goal line. I feel comfortable doing that.
He's on
Let's
the
see
run.
our one. Oh my goodness. He cut back at the worst time. I probably could have just ran it in too, which is the worst part about that. That was terrifying. That was actually terrifying. I'm going to go ahead and run a play here. 5 seconds. They're going to call timeout. They might do that 3 times in a row. I've seen that before, by the way. Which I don't know about in college. In real life, you can't do that in the NFL, at least. We're going to run it straight up the middle here.
The defense calls a timeout.
Yeah, this is so annoying. It really is. It doesn't even matter what I call here.
There's the timeout we were all expecting.
You can't do that, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. They just want us to know that they don't believe in us. And I want them to know that I do.
This is the 11th play of this drive.
I don't know if this is a good idea. What if this play manages to somehow take more time than... Oh god, this is going to be bad. Put it back. It's wide. And Beatty into the end zone. He gets it. They committed way too hard to that one side. And that is more than likely the game-winning touchdown, barring an absolute miracle from James Madison. This game took a little over 30 minutes, which actually isn't too bad. That's not terrible. I might be okay with leaving 5 quarters. We're going to run a little squib kick. My throat is dry from all this talking, and that's the game. Noah Turner can't get enough yards, and all of a sudden, USF is off to an undefeated season, 1-0. It is an ESPN Classic game, too, for the first game of the season. It's like that for like all close games. I think it saves it, so I can go back and watch it, maybe. Although, I mean, I'm literally recording it, so I guess that doesn't really make sense. Could you imagine if my mic wasn't on? That would be so sad. So sad. Game rank number 3, so it saves my other ones to my ESPN Classic. I could show you those maybe, if you really wanted to see them. Let's look at our player stats, though. Gary Bohannon, over 300 on the rating. He did throw a pick. That was my fault. I think, did I get hit when I threw it? It certainly was my fault. I know that much. But he had a great completion percentage of 81%. Threw for 1 yard short of 300, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. 4 touchdowns. Rushing, Beatty did really good. This might be a really good running back for us. Next year, he'll go up by about 5 overall, too, in his junior year. And then senior year, he'll be mid-90s. He'll be a fantastic player for us. 5'8", 165. That's actually dangerously close to my size. Maybe I'm Brian Beatty all along. He did get a rushing touchdown. Gary really isn't fast enough to rush, maybe. I'll have to look at his stats again. We did get 2 receiving touchdowns between Carter and Weaver, 2 each, rather. Xavier Weaver, only 3 receptions, but 111 yards. Very satisfying. Chris Carter, our tight end, he was fantastic. Weaver's a junior, so was Carter. Really not too many impact plays from our seniors. Beatty's a sophomore, and I believe, yes, Bohannon is a junior. Now, defensively, we had 3 tackles for loss from Boyles, which was really good. We had a 2-sack game from our left end, which is very good. And then solo tackles. Matthew Hill, our safety, actually had 7, and then Boyles had 6. We didn't get a pick. We did get 1 pass deflection from Christian Williams, and we did not force a fumble. Okay, they did. We didn't. All right. So that's going to be the game. I guess we'll go ahead and load back to the main menu. that is pretty much going to sum up this first episode, though. I hope you enjoyed. We're going to go through this season. Hopefully, it'll be very entertaining, and then, uh, get some good players and continue. So I appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully, I will see you on the next episode.